Hey, welcome to the show. We're getting ready to go live. Be back in 30 seconds while I start this other streaming software. We're going to be talking about what it takes, literally what it takes to run your own business. And we're going to talk really here. So let's get to it. All right, so we are going to be streaming live on YouTube and Instagram here in just a moment. And we're going to see when this Instagram is going to come up in maybe. Okay, there we go. I think we are live now. Here we go. All right. So again, welcome to CEO Unfiltered. I am streaming on two platforms right now, YouTube and Instagram. This is my first show doing it this way. And right now, I just really want to talk about what it takes to run your own business. A lot of people, they want to start their own business. They want to do this, but they don't have the understanding of what it takes to really run a business. So tonight we're gonna really early this morning. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since about 2:30, 3 o'clock because I'm literally doing business with people in different countries, right? So as the CEO, as the business owner, the entrepreneur, I've got to be ready when they're ready. One of the biggest misunderstandings and the biggest misconceptions, and I'm gonna see we've got some people coming in, other early risers, but one of the biggest misunderstandings and misconceptions when you're talking about business is people say, I want to go in business because I want to work for myself. Well, that's just not going to be the case. When people say they want to work for themselves, because that's not a reason to go in business, because here's the thing. When you are in business, you literally work for everybody. You literally work for everybody, and all the time at first. I've been my own or a business owner honestly since I was 12. And welcome. Looks like El Rayo is coming in from the Instagram side this morning. We're just talking about business owners, and I'm going to get into the app I developed, the Jubilee app, and just some of the things that have happened, with me since I started this app over 4 years ago. Right now, I'm going to be moving around here because I am literally going to show you the screens where I am working currently with, I am working with companies in India and Korea. So I mean, this is live because I just wanted to bring you in. I wanted to bring you in to what it really takes. Like right now, I'm having to give some information to some people in Korea about a flow, like the application flow, and then also at the same time with the people in India, we're going over some issues that we're having. I've got to get them to understand. So Jubilee is an app that transfers money, and we focus on Latin America. Now, this is a very difficult field to get into because you have the big guys. You know who they are. You've got the Union, you've got Midley, you've got all these other people that are in this trillion-dollar industry, right? They say hundreds of billions of dollars, but I think it's $1 trillion industry because money is constantly sending. So the first thing you have to do is to get people to trust you, right? So it's taken a long time to get people to trust us on this platform. But every now and then technology changes and you've got to you've got to prepare for a lot of things that you didn't prepare for. If you have any questions or comments, or if you just want to join the show to talk about if you happen to be a business owner, then definitely let me know, and then I'll have you on. And then, we can definitely talk. But what I'm doing now, again, currently, is just trying to get people to follow my vision, trying to get people to see what it is that's here. So one of the biggest things as an entrepreneur, as someone who's a business owner, you have it all here, right? But to get other people to be able to see it, right? To get other people to be able to see your vision, that's the hardest part. That's the biggest thing that it has taken me, or the hardest part is to get people to see the vision, because when you start a business, it's a vision, right? It's your vision. But for other people who want to work with you, it's not their vision. Many times it's just a possible job for them that pays the salary or whatever, and that's just kind of what they use to live. So it's a difference. They use the job to live, and for the business owner, the job is why we live, or the vision is why we live. So it's just like, for me, it has just always been that way, right? It has always been that way. So with this latest app, let me see if I can share my screen. With this latest app, the ups and downs has been people trying to come in and commit fraud, or just trying to give people an experience, or just an opportunity to see. Oh, hold on, let's see. Okay, so right now, here's what I'm working with right now. I'm trying to get these guys to see that we're doing something slightly wrong. And here's what I mean. When people process their credit cards, like, there's a lot of things that has to happen, like a lot of sensitive information that has to be passed to make sure that it's secure, to make sure that it's correct, especially when you're dealing with money. And so what we're doing is, we sometimes people have issues with a certain card brand, and it fails. So follow me on this. This is what drives me crazy. We're following the documentation from the processor, but it's failing in certain instances. Now, when I use a plugin that was designed with this particular processor on the website, it works. So I'm telling the developers, I'm like, hey guys, here's what we need to do. We need to mirror what they're doing on the website so that it works inside of the app. Can you give me access? Yes. So I told them, let's just work it out. Can you give me access where you set up and save any card to process? Yes. I can give you server access. So what I'm telling this guy is, yeah, I can give you the server access, because what they're looking to do is they need to kind of get how the card is saved. But wait a minute, that's dealing with tokenization. I am saying, let's get the API calls right. So one other thing is, you got to know your business. You got to know what you're talking about, whether you're selling cars, whether you're selling donuts, or whether you're in the fintech and technology. You've got to understand the technology. And here's one thing that I want all business owners to understand if you're looking at going into business. This is a quote that was said to me, and I didn't quite understand it at the time. Not that I didn't understand it, but I just, I didn't know how important it was. And here it is. You've got to know your business better than anyone dead, alive, or yet to be born. Understand this again. You've got to know your business better than anyone that's dead, that's alive, or yet to be born. That means that when somebody comes to me and asks me about Jubilee, I've got to know more about this app than anyone that is currently living, anyone that's living and has died, or anyone that has yet to be born. Now, that is a huge responsibility. That's, you got to ask yourself, do I know more about my vision and my dream? Do I know more about that than anyone that has ever lived, anyone that will live, and anyone that is currently living? That's a huge, that's a big deal. Um, that's a big deal. So I think I'm gonna go to something, not like a commercial break, but just to give you an idea of, what Jubilee is, what we're developing, um, and just what the app is. So right now, this is something that we have called Juby Cash, and here in the Dominican Republic, because I am stationed in the Dominican Republic, here in the Dominican Republic, we have something where you're able to go and get money with just a code and an identification. So I'm going to show you someone that actually used that. Let me see how this works, because actually I'm going to also see how far the delay is for the Instagram and for the YouTube. So let me play this now, and I'm going to see. So I'll be right back in about 31 seconds. Let me see if I do this and see how this works. Let's see.
Hello, my name is Gordon Amthor from Canada, and I'm here in beautiful Sosua, Dominican Republic. I just used the JubiCash for the first time. I don't have a cellular number yet, so Alex was kind enough to give me a number and send me my code. Went to Banco Popular, put in the two numbers, and voila, had my money. Easy peasy. Thanks so much for your help, Alex. Buen dia.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so I just saw that video. That's when we had 227 subscribers, and my goal was like, I want us to get to 500. And let's see, 227, right? 227 subscribers, and my goal again was to get to 500. So now I think on the channel we have about 2,000 subscribers, and that's another thing. That's another thing. When you set goals, set realistic goals. I remember when I first started, and I would get these astronomical goals, right? So I would get these goals that were so big that it discounted all the small victories I had. So for instance, I would say something like, I want a million, dollars to process. But then that would discount my first 1,000. That would discount my first 1,000. And then that would discount my first 5,000. So when you're doing business, when you're starting a business, um, you have to take into account, take smaller goals. So that way you see the successes and you're not frustrated by trying to get to where you want to go. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest, sometimes you simply aren't ready to be where you think you want to be. I am in year 4 of the Jubilee app. Started in 2021, coming up on 5 years. And I can tell you that honestly, and this is the God's honest truth, honestly, I thought I was ready in year 1, but I had a lot of things I had to work out. In year 2, I said, I'm ready. I had a lot of things I needed to work out. Year 3, starting to get there, still tweaking some things. And so you say, well, what things? Like, let me give you a big, big example. When I developed the app, I had the app so that it was available for everybody to just like, man, send money, here, it's going to be fast. What I didn't take into account, and like right now I have Like I have so many credit cards, right? I have so many credit cards. Um, I didn't take into account, and a lot of these credit cards are the Juby card, right? And I'll get more into talking about, like what the Juby card is. Let me see what the Juby card is. It's just like the Cash App card, but we have it for our app. But I didn't take into account that there were a lot of people who were scammers. I didn't take scammers into account. Um, I really didn't. I was thinking that if you build something, if you build it and it's good for people, then people will do good by it. Mm-mm, no, that's not it. That's not going to happen. You can build it all you want, but you've got to plan for how people will misuse it. You simply do. If you have a donut shop and you make amazing donuts, I'm talking you make the donuts that's so delicious that everybody's coming to get them every day. But what you've got to plan for is not the delicious donuts. You've got to plan for the people that come in and say, these donuts made me sick, I'm suing. You've got to plan for people who say, I ordered a dozen of donuts and you guys gave me 11. Really? We gave you 11 donuts? Or you've got to plan for people to say, what are you going to do when, somebody says, hey, listen, I bought this donut and this donut is not fresh. And you look and you say, well, sir, we don't sell glazed donuts. We only sell powdered donuts. This is powdered donut cafe. Like all of them are powdered donuts. Well, I bought it here, and that's people will try to, do things like that. So you've got to plan when you're starting business, not for how well it can go. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Not for how well it can go. You've got to plan for you've got to plan for the other parts because things going well, a great tasting donut, good car, a repair, great being a great lawyer or whatever business you're starting, the what and what you do, that'll work itself out. You've got to get ready for the other part. So let me see. As I mentioned earlier, if you're just joining, I'm actually in the middle of what I do. It's 4:30 in the morning, almost 4:45, and I'm working. I've got to go through things on YouTube, Instagram. I've got a company in Korea that I'm talking with right now about putting together their hold on, let me see exactly what they want. And I'll share a little bit of this. Let's see. But let me show you something fun. Let me show you something fun. So another thing that we have to do, let me pull this up. Let me make sure I block out the information. I don't want to show any information that I shouldn't show. Okay, let me make sure I don't have any names or anything showing. Here we go. One thing on the app, and this again is a Jubilee app. The you can see the address right there, the Jubilee app. And I can, if people have any questions of what's the app, this, that, the other, or if you want to talk about, what you've done or businesses that you've wanted to start, if you haven't started a business, if you want to start a business, how can you start a business? All of that, this is what we're going to be talking about. This is what we're going to be discussing because again, it's 2025. And as a lot of people see, a lot is getting automated. I think I have this video. My brother said I was back in the States in Georgia, in Atlanta. My brother wanted to go to this restaurant. He was like, "Man, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Let's stop and grab something." Now I'm not gonna get anything, but my brother wanted something, and we went to the machine. And normally, here's what I hear: "Welcome to so and so, man. I'll take your order." Because I used to work for Burger King. I used to work for fast food when I was young. My only job when I was 15, I worked for a Burger King for about 6 months. But anyway, it said, well, I'm used to hearing that because I worked the drive-through as well. All right, thank you for coming to Burger King. May I take your order? I used to do that. But when I pulled up, it was like, "Hello, how can I help you today?" And I was like, "Sounds like a damn robot." And my brother already knew. He was like, "Yeah, let me get so and so, so and so." And then it was like, I'm looking at the screen, and then it says, "To confirm, you would like to have blankety blank, 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 con blank." And I said, "Hold on, give me through your expect the request." Okay, so while I'm doing this, hold on 1 second. I don't want to lose that story, but I told you guys I'm in the middle of working, so they need me to give them, give me the web URL. Okay, www.jubie.com. There we go. Let me give you admin access so you can access the database to see the API calls. Yeah, that. Okay. So anyway, we're driving around and we see 3 or 4 kids just sitting at this waiting to, take the money. And my brother was like passing his phone, and I was like, "What you doing?" So he has his phone. He has his phone. He touches the screen, and then it's paid. And I said, "Oh, okay." We have 3 kids just standing around, and the only thing that they're doing is grabbing the sack, handing it to my brother, or handing it to me. I'm telling you that automation is here, and full automation is right around the corner. So you've got to figure out how you're going to do something in this new generation, because when robots are running fast food restaurants, there's another store. Geez, let me see if I can pull it up. There's another store. Let's see if I can find it. There's another store. It's a gas station, right? And it's a fully autonomous gas station. Okay, hold on. This guy's adding this again. Okay, maybe that is okay. Let me get your login. All right, so right now they need to log in to they need to log in, meaning the developers, they need to log in to the back end so that we can get this information that they need to make sure that we are processing correctly. Oh, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I told you, I mean, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and my day, I didn't get to bed until 11. And then I'm back up, because when you're dealing with people on different sides of the world, you can't, you've got to work at the speed of business, or at the time of business. And the time of business is whenever. So let me show you this automated gas station, fully autonomous. That means that they don't need people. So you go in, you pay, you do all of that, and man, it's just getting rid of people. So you've got to be ready to do something. Now, when they can figure out how to do operations with computers, or robots, because they robots help. When you can get robots to do massages, paint nails, do hair. No, I don't. No. I don't think robots will ever be able to really do hair, because that's a, that's like it's a sweet science to that. You gotta no, I don't know about that. But let me get these guys access because that's the main thing. They need access. And here it is, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people are just getting up or, hitting their alarm clocks going, man, I've got to get started. I've got to do my day. And man, I'm telling you, by 5 o'clock, shit, I'm ready for lunch. But it gets difficult. It gets difficult. Um, this is why a lot of owners, they pass it on to their kids. They're like, it's your turn, keep this thing going. And a lot of kids like, I never wanted it. It was never my dream. I know I had that problem myself, dealing with children and it not being their dream. I'll tell you a story that made me really, really take a look at what I was doing because I used to name everything, after my sons. I used to have like Alex Max Publishing, Alex Max Transportation, Alex Max Computers, because I was building it for them. And I had a conversation with Max and, trying to get him to understand what I was doing. And so I asked him, I said, do you understand why I have Alex Max Transportation, Alex Max Publishing, Alex Max Computers, just Alex Max everything? And he said to me, well, he didn't really answer, and he just said, no. Not no, or he said no. And that was a moment that I honestly almost lost it on him, because I'm thinking to myself, I've been working 20 years to build something for these guys, to pass something down, because nothing was passed to me. My dad is still living, but he didn't set anything up. When he had the opportunity to help, he did. When he had the opportunity to pass information down, he didn't. So for that, growing up, with the father who did not pass anything down, we had to be the first one. So as I'm building it for my sons, I'm thinking that I'm doing something that's going to help them in the future. And when I asked him, do you know why I'm doing this? He said, nah. He said, nah. So I'm thinking, well, why am I doing this? So bring it up to date. They are not involved in anything that I'm doing. And I have to accept that. And a lot of times, as we're saying, we're talking about this being about entrepreneurship and business owners. You're going to lose a lot of people along the way. You're going to lose a lot of people, friends, family along the way. And it's not going to be necessarily anyone's fault. It's just going to be that as someone who is starting a business and someone who is needing support, the people who are closest to you are probably not going to support you. And you're saying, why? Why wouldn't they support? Well, let me give you a perfect example. And I'm going to use names here. This just happened maybe 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. So I am traveling back to the States. I went back to the United States from the Dominican Republic, and I had an aunt who called me. and I'm looking at the number, and I don't recognize the number because nobody calls. Nobody calls to check on me to see how I'm doing. So I go, well, I don't do that. I go, hello, ¿cómo estás? And then I forget, oh, I'm in the United States. I can just say regular hello. And then my aunt tells me that, she needs some help. She has these things happening, and she wants me to cash app her some money. And I said, Auntie, I don't have Cash App, but I have my app, Jubilee. Jubilee, that's named after your sister, because my app is named after my mother. I said, I have Jubilee. I can send money on Jubilee. My aunt said, could you send it to your Charm? What you mean? My own family wants me to send them money on another app when they could all be on my app that's named after my mother, their sister, or their aunt. And they want me to cash app. So understand that family members usually see you how they saw you. They don't see you as the business owner, the entrepreneur, or the person that's trying to, grow something to follow a dream. They see you probably how they saw you when you were a young kid, or, they just don't get it. I think I have 3 family members on the app, maybe 3 family members. Okay, hold on. These guys are, what do you want to know, man? Hold on. Let's see. What do you want to know? Okay, I need to create the login. What email? Okay, so these guys want access, so I've got to create the login. So I'm going to go into this system. I'm going to go to users. There we go. Users, all users, or add user. So I'm going to add this user name. No, that's not the name. Hold on. Why would they do this? That's not the name. I'm sorry. So as I told you guys, I'm doing this live, right? I'm doing this live. And so this guy wants to, let me hit save. Oh, let me remove this MasterCard. Jesus Christ, I don't want that on there. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? I just deleted the token. I just deleted what I needed them to see. It says, wait a minute, changes may not be saved. Let me see. Darn it. All right, yeah. So what I'm doing is dealing with the developers, and we've got to make sure that we are processing correctly. So wait a minute. I'm going to click here, click edit. It deleted it. No problem. I can make it work. And sometimes things happen like that. You make a mistake, and guess what? I'm responsible for it. So right now, let me show you. I can show you my screen. Let's see what I'm working with. I've got to create this user in the back end so that they can get in. And let's see. How do I share this? Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share the screen, but I'm going to share the monitor. How about that? The window. Um, this window maybe? No. The Chrome tab. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you guys. So I think you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put the email, and this is, you know, what I'm doing. Let me get the email. So let me stop sharing. All right, because I've got to put some information in here. Um, let's see. I am live, and so let me give you an idea of what I'm doing. I'm talking. Oh, wait a minute. Posible español. Hola, buenos días, buenos días. Estoy Alexander. Estoy aquí. And I had to learn Spanish. I say my Spanish is very, very bad. Mi español es posible, horrible, pero cuando yo necesito, cuando yo necesito, yo usar eso. Right now, I'm putting in this email right here, and I'm going to add the user. Let me generate a strong password. Okay, I'm going to add the user. Let me do this. But yeah, again, you've got to be able to multitask. You've got to be able to really be ready for it, right? Um, it's just not easy. It's not easy at all. Like right now, I am that's a password. So let's see. He should get the link. I'm going to make him an administrator. I need to make him an administrator. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. An administrator. So that way he can get in and do the things that he needs to do. Now I've got to switch roles and go back to talk to the Koreans. What flow of payment can we take? Okay, let's see. Hold pay is set up as a payment application. Your service. Okay, hold pay. Okay. In the service of there. This is the flow. So now I've got to switch the flow and talk about like something else with a business that's in an entire different country. You would gather the payments. You would be the merchant. I would just provide you with a. You select the rates that you want, charge, and the terms. Okay, I'm just letting them know that, and just in case, for those who may not know, with Jubilee, we are a payment processor, and we're like an app that transfers money um, internationally. So let me show you right now. Hold on, I did not pass from the email. So okay, hold on. Let me hold on. I can help you now. Okay, so Chris Meldy, um, Chris Meldy, and my card. Okay, okay, so watch this. This is what I have going on. I'm going to help Chris Meldy that didn't get the email. The Indian developer said that their card didn't work, and the people in Korea, they want to know the card flow. So I've got to do all of that right now. So first I say, okay, let me give you a card number to use. Okay, so I'm going to give the Indian guys a card number to use. I'm going to go over here to Chris Meldy, and I'm going to say, send me. I just need your last four. Okay, last four of the phone number, and then switch back over here to, can you share the doc, please? Okay, yes. Give me okay, can you share the Golo doc? Okay, what is Golo? They asked me if I could share the Golo document. I don't know what Golo document is, and that's another thing. When you don't know something, just say it. A lot of times people want to be super smart, but they don't know it. So why be super smart? Why not just ask? See, I don't mind asking. Okay, 2028. So right now, um, gave the credit card information, got to get the go load document. Somebody needs to transfer money, and I need to see that her last four is here. No, 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 no. Delete your email. We don't want everybody to have that. I got you. I got you, Chris Melody. Delete that. Okay. Okay, now this guy says, or give me your login details, in which card I already added. I added the card and then accidentally deleted it. Hold on, I will add new card. Oh, damn. Wait a minute, I'm typing in the wrong group. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. So Chris Meddy. Okay, let me go to look under here, app users. So now I'm going to the app users list because this, it looks like Chris Melody did not get an email so that they could register. So I'm going to do this live right now. I'm going to see, she said the last four was 2028. Let me see, 2028. Okay, I don't see it there. So what I need to do is to go to the database, go into the database and look up the users directly. So let me see if I can show you guys this. Oh, I can. Let me see. Let's see if I show my screen. Where's the database? Okay, here it is. I'm going to show my screen for just a second. Okay, so I'm in the database now. So I've got to go here and I've got to stop showing that because believe it or not, there'll be some people that'll be like, you know, trying to do some funny business. All right, so I'm going to go to user. And at the same time, I need to find out what that go low means. And then the other guy needs to have access to do the credit card. So I've got three things going on right now. And this is just, I wanted to show what happens. Like it's 5:38. I've been up since 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And this is when things happen. So hold on, let's see. I'm going to look for this number 2028. 2028. 2028. Where are you? 2028. How many days, Chris Mady, how long has it been since you registered? I'm looking for that. Oh, there it is. Got it. Here you are. I got it. Okay, so let me give you this code. I'm going to type this code in for you that you can type in, or if this, let's see, let me see, where's that code at? And it might have been because the email address that you have, sometimes they block. So I do have the OTP code right here, the one you were looking for. I can post this, but only you'll be able to use it. There you go. So go ahead and put this in and definitely delete that comment, delete that your email address, if you will. And then I see you on here right now. I just gave you the code. So go ahead. You have your phone number, you have the your email, and then you also have the code to get in. And what that's going to do is going to take you to the registration page. So all right. So now I've got to get back, find out what they mean. Can you share the flow doc? Okay. Okay. You want the flow doc as it would pertain to you, or the general flow? Okay, I spelled that wrong. I butchered that. I'm gonna correct it so that they know that they're not dealing with the butcher. Okay, so got that. Okay, yep, they got it. Okay, good deal. Okay, perfect. So listen, I'm here. Let me know. I can help you in the sign up, but I do appreciate you for for signing up, and definitely give Jubilee a try. And we're getting ready to do another event. The first event went well, and I'm going to tell you all about this event and what made me say, do I really want to do this? Like, I'm doing things to, to give back. And I had an event, something that happened that made me literally question, do I want to do this? Like, do I want to do these events where, we try to help people, especially, when people just aren't, how do I put it? People just aren't appreciative of what it takes to do certain things. So let me do this. I'm going to show you this next video that we have. Okay, first I'll show you the first video, the first event. Here's the first event that we did right here.
José Luis y Jubilee presentaron Cañón de Confeti, el desafío de los 49 segundos carrito de la compra.
¡Rápido, rápido, rápido!
Corrieron, agarraron, ganaron. La experiencia más divertida del supermercado ya ocurrió, y fue todo un éxito. 4 ganadores llegaron listos para darlo todo en apenas 49 segundos. Y sí, hubo risas, gritos y mucha emoción. Una de nuestras participantes tenía todo planeado en su cabeza, pero cuando empezó el conteo, se le olvidó todo.
Y muchas gracias, Jubilee, porque en verdad no tenía nada en mi casa. Te lo agradezco mucho. Gracias. Y le suelto a la gente que es verdad.
Cara sonriendo con sudor frío aún así. Salió con una gran sonrisa y una historia para contar. Flecha. Hacia la derecha, visita nuestra página web para ver fotos, próximos eventos y cómo puedes participar. ¿Serás tú el próximo?
Okay, so that's the event that we did, I think in July, right? So we're going to do another one in August, and that's coming up. But let me tell you something that happened with this that really made me question. One of the contestants that you saw that were saying wonderful things about, thank you, Jubilee. I thought on the supermarket. Okay, yeah. That they didn't have certain things. And so, we had already had our winners, but we added another person. We were like, you know what? We want to help the community. We want to help you. Okay, so we let this person come out. And now here's the rules. Let me just be clear. Las reglas por eso es las reglas. Número 1. You need to have the app. Tú necesitas Jubilee. Número 2. You need to be connected with us on YouTube. Conectado de YouTube. Conectado de Instagram. Okay. Primero. First things. Después, if you win, tú es un ganador o ganadora, es posible que tú es ganadora una vez en 30 días. One time in 30 days, because nosotros queremos, we want many people to have an opportunity that. Okay, can you add now? See, it never stops. So what is he saying? What do I want to add? Okay, can you add now? Okay, adding the card now. Have you logged in? You can see my profile. and I will add a card. Here is the tokenization screen. Token. Also, you can see the customer number. All right. Okay. Let me take a screenshot of something really quick. Let's see. All right. So really what I'm doing now is I'm showing these guys that, let's see, when you create a profile, okay, see, yeah. Okay, when you create a profile, scroll down. I'm going to tell them scroll down to, okay, to the payment tokens. Yes, I gave you full access. You can access the database from the domain. This is on, but let me install a database on. Some things I leave out because I can't. Yeah, okay, cool. He said that's okay. All right, so here we go. Let me show him. Okay, wow. As you can see, I'm doing a show, but in the middle of the show, I'm still working because people, they have things. So here's what I'm showing them right here. Here's what I'm showing them right now. I'm cutting and copying and pasting. I'm showing them this. And then now I've got to switch back to the Koreans and find out. They say general flow, and we'll let you know if something customized or not. Okay. General payment flow. Okay, so they want the general payment flow. So now I've got to go over here. Okay, so now I've got to get them the general payment flow. Okay, payment flow. Okay, here we go. And here we go. Got it. Copy. Paste over here. Okay. All right, so now I've done that and I've got to load the credit cards. Oh man, hold on. The guy needs me to load a credit card so that so we can see. I've got to find the right card to load though. Okay, hold on. Let's see. All righty, getting back. I think the young lady, I thought on the supermarket. Okay. Oh, that's what I was going to do. See, my train of thought. So we did the event, and believe it or not, the rules state that we want people to be able to win, not just one person. We want many people to be able to win. So we have something called the roulette, the wheel. So we spin the wheel, and let me see if I have. I'm going to bring the wheel up. So we have the wheel. Here we go. We have this wheel, and we spin the wheel, and hold on, let me log in to the wheel. Here we go. Customize. Open. Okay, so I'm going to load this wheel so you'll get a picture. on it. But there were a few, it's un poco cosas. It was a few things that we had to, rules we had to follow. Number one, on the right Wi-Fi. I don't know why this Wi-Fi just wants to act crazy. Yep. See, are we back? Let's see. Are we back? We might be back. Let's see. Are we back? I think we're live. Let's see. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check the system over here. Yeah, I think we may be back. There we go. We're back. Yep. I don't know why it says like that I am, that is, I've got a good connection. Why is it saying that? You know, it tells me I need to plug into the router. I'm like, okay. Okay. Anyway, so I think I'm back on. And let's see if Chris Melly finished her sign up. Because if she did, then we're gonna do something this morning. we're gonna do what I like to do, and that's to share, to show this app working. So I tell you what, the first person, and in the Dominican Republic, it's going to be different than the U.S., but the U.S. as well. The first person that registers and signs up and completes, I'm going to spin the wheel and let them win whatever it lands on. I'm going to do it live on the air. So the first two people that signed up right now, it's 5:34 a.m. The first two people that actually signed up right now, the first two people, because again, let me give you a recap of the show. I'm here and, we're talking about business. We're talking about what it's taking me to do this, man. And I've just given real answers, real deal. You've seen me actually working. So what I said was, the primero dos personas that registrar en mi aplicación ahora, I'm going to transfer money to show you that how it works. And you'll just get some money because you were up this morning. So let's see if this thing is working. While I do that, let me play the upcoming promotion that we have. We have an upcoming promotion. And so this is the one that we're going to play. This is what we're going to do this month. Where is it at? Or let me play some of the other winners. Here we go. This is some of the other winners.
Hola, buenas noches. Soy una de las ganadoras del concurso de la ruleta de la aplicación Jubilee.
Gracias a los de Jubilee, yo recibí mi dinero. Vayan y participen, señores, que no es estafa, no es mentira, no es un engaño. Ya saben.
Buenas tardes. Quiero darle gracias a Jubilee por elegirme ser la ganadora en la ruleta del viernes 27 del mes de 2025. Muchas gracias, Jubilee. Todo es muy real y muy rápido.
All righty, so we are back. We are back. But yeah, that's just some of the things that that we do. And again, I am. What do they want? What do they want? It's not the flow that they wanted. Yes. Show me what you want, and then I can better give you how that would be implemented. Okay, so that's for them. And then the other guy, adding the card, I am going to go into the checkout process, and you can see where it says I need to save the information if I want to. Okay. All right. So that's that guy. And then let's see. I had people that were actually signing up, and I'm saying that if you spin the wheel for you to right now, and I'm going to spin the wheel. And if you are on, we are going to send some money early this morning. I had someone ask me the other day, they said, in Instagram, they said, hey, why haven't you roulette? And yo digo, porque yo aplicación, porque si yo solo tengo dinero gratis, ¿cómo es posible yo funciona? I need people to help and to use the app for us to give away money for free. you know, you gotta help in order for us to give. Tell people the app, and again, and I'm going to be doing early morning shows like this, just showing like what happens with my day frozen. I'm trying to log in. Let's see if it's going to allow me to. And again, I'm trying to log into another site, and this site is not back. The OTP, yes. You should get a new one. Okay, so now I've got the flow back into the database. Okay, yes, I'm going to get into the database right now and find that Okay, here we go. I'm there. Go to user. Okay, here we go. 30, 2028, got it. Go to edit because I just want to see that one. But again, you must know when somebody asks you a question about your particular business, you just got to know it. Okay, here we go. Here's the OTP. There you go. He said, yeah, okay, there you go. All righty. Now I have the do set up. Doing. So if you're just joining, we are just discussing business and we're discussing Julie. And I said that for what we do, we need people to support us. So let me show you wheel that we were. And this is what caused some problems because one of the winners for the store, they got into the wheel and they wanted to win there as well. So I said to them, I said, well, no, you can't win one thing and then 2 days later win something else. And man, she got really upset and she went on Instagram and you know said some things. So here's how it works. We spin the wheel. When the wheel lands, whoever wins, wins. So right now, that would have been the winner. And then we want to spin it again. And that's all it takes. That's how you win. But we have to be fair. We can't let just one person win all the time. And that's what the young lady didn't understand. So she was upset with me because I wouldn't let her win. So she told me, she said, okay, yo quiero dinero ahora y próxima jueves yo no juego, or she's not going to play. I said, no, it doesn't work like that. So anyway, she went on Instagram to say that, we only allowed her a limit of 490 pesos. Sí, es verdad. Because the reason that we do this, and I'm going to play the upcoming, the reason that we limit is because you would think that when people run through and get stuff free, they pick up stuff, but that's not what happened. We had people in our testing to go and get big bags of rice, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, and they're not going to eat that. They're going to sell it. The grocery store wasn't happy. How much can you take the max? Transfers? Okay, Chris Melly, she wants to know how much can we take the max? Okay, entonces, it's depende. If you're doing a transfer, then it's going to be the maximum amount that you have. No food. Oh, okay. So no. So there's no maximum amount that you can get in the food. You have 49 seconds. 49 segundos. 49 segundos. Pero if you want to get one thing, that one thing cannot be over 490 pesos. And the reason for that is because And the reason that we have 49 seconds, all of it runs together, 49 seconds, 490, that number 49 means something. That's why the entire event is called 49-second challenge. And that 49 seconds, and the reason that we did the price and all of that is because it's based on the fact that my mother, mi madre, she died at age 49. Ella murió con 49 años. Entonces, this event is in memory of my mother. So that's why it's 49 seconds. And that's why nothing that you get is over 490. That's why. We're not just out saying, like, we're not just doing an event to say, come and grab what you want. No, this is an event in honor of my mother. So the reason that we set the price, the reason that we set the name, the reason that we set just everything is because you can do a lot in 49 seconds. My mother did a lot in 49 years, but it still wasn't enough. But it was a lot. And so we're just doing that. That's what this was all about. It wasn't about just people coming in and understand this. Some people are just focused on the free stuff that we give away. They're focused on the free stuff that we give away. Thank you, Chris Melody. But yeah, that was back in 1997, right? So almost 30 years ago. So it's been about 28 years. Pero entiendo mis palabras. Some people are just focused on the things that we're giving away, but not realizing that we've got to make money as well. So even if you don't have people sending you money, you have friends, talk to them. We have a YouTube channel. Join the YouTube channel and watch the videos so that we can get the hours that other people get so that we can make money on the channel so that we can give that money back. I've already said that if we're able to monetize our channel, then all of that goes to the viewers. Like, that's not money. I like to make money moving money, transfers and things like that. But this social media, we're brand new to social media. We've only had Instagram for since June of 2025. We've only had that. We've only started doing YouTube really this year. You know, we had some other videos and things like that, but we're brand new to the social media. So that's one of the things that I did want to say, like, you know, we need people to support what we're doing so that we can keep supporting. And here's the second event that we're looking to do. Let's see, where are you? Is this the right event or is this, let me check and see if this is the right event.
José Luis y Jubilee presentaron Cañón de Confeti.
Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Where is it? I know I uploaded it. Let me see. Well, let me show you something else that we do in the community called Juby Cares while I upload this second event. Here we go. We have TikTok. We do have TikTok. We're just getting started with that again. I had some people set it up, so I'm trying to get the login and all of that stuff, but we will be doing TikTok, all of that, you know. So let me show you something that we do in the community called Juby Care, and then let me do Juby Care, and then I'll upload the other video. So here we go with Juby Care, a program that we do in the Dominican Republic to help the communities.
Ahora nos encontramos en la casa de Narcisa Rodríguez trayendo la ayuda de Juby Care, Jubilee.
Gracias a Jubilee, que Dios me lo bendiga por su ayuda que tengan dado y que sigan así siempre. Que Dios me lo bendiga y me lo guarde.
And yes, so that's something that we do on Fridays. We go out and try to help people, and that's it. We go out and try to help people. I see this is uploading. While that's uploading, let me just show you a couple other things that we've been doing. Where is it at? Let's see. 1,000 go. These are some of our early contest, and then we also deliver. So we've had some people that you're able to, and I'll say this, I feel that I'm very blessed. I feel that I've been put in a position to help people, and what I found is that a lot of people say, "Man, when I get a lot of money, I'm gonna help people. Cuando yo tengo mucho dinero, yo quiero ayudar a todo mundo." Pero no, 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 no. When you want to help people, you help where you are. You don't wait to help people. You don't say, well, once this thing gets going, man, I'm going to be helping people. No, you just help now, so that if you help now, then when you get more, you'll help more. And if you don't help now, so for instance, if you have $5 and you won't help somebody with $1, then when you have $50, you're probably still not going to help, because you're going to always be like this, holding on. I'm like this right here. So I have my hand open to help people, because that's when it's easier for people to put things into my hand to help me, But I found honestly that even in helping people, they will sometimes, try to bite your hand off, because that's just who they are. But here's that second event that we're getting ready to do.
El tiempo corre, los pasillos te esperan, y esta vez no sabes qué te espera. Bienvenidos de nuevo al desafío de compras en 49 segundos, pero esta ronda es de otro nivel.
Gracias.
Tenemos canastas secretas, artículos sorpresa. Si la agarras, te la quedas. ¿Necesitas más tiempo? Consigue un extensor de tiempo si eres lo suficientemente rápido. Es divertido, es rápido, y nuestros dos ganadores se llevarán un carrito lleno de comestibles gratis.
Download Jubilee. Download Jubilee.
Desarrollado por la aplicación Jubilee, donde la diversión se une a la funcionalidad. El desafío de compras en 49 segundos. ¿Eres lo suficientemente rápido?
And we're going to be doing that probably, today is August the 7th. We'll probably do that event maybe one week, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe Tuesday the 19th, depending, So that way we'll give people all next week to register, and we get the winners on next Friday, which will be the 15th. And then we do the event probably the 19th or the 20th. So that's going to be, probably. But we've got to see how the schedules work. So listen, I do appreciate everybody for coming on this morning. We've been on an hour, and just tell people, hey, look, check that out. What I want to do, Chris Melly, did you finish your registration? Because if you did, if you finished your registration, I'm going to show people how this thing works. Oh, if or anyone, going to show you how to work. And so I'll probably come back on later today. Oh, wait a minute. No. You registered earlier. You registered earlier. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so what do they want? They want me to, let's see, before the API wrapper, if you can write a simple list of processor API. Only the name of API even would help me imagine the flow of work. Also, I will check the above flow you mentioned as well, and I can host a meeting already next week to cross check. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right. So they just want to check the APIs and things like that. Um, but anyway, listen, everyone, definitely tell other people about what we're doing. I am going to be talking, about business owning your business, CEO talk, and and I hope to be able to give it to you unfiltered, especially today. You guys got a chance to see the live, just what happens. And this was just my first time really trying to see how it works with, Instagram as well as, YouTube at the same time. So I've got a lot of information. I'm going to redo some things. Um, yeah, I've got this information. I'm going to redo a few things. And again, if I know Chris Medley was here, I was going to see if we were going to do it live and give away some money live on the air early in the morning. But this is what happens. Like, again, I've been working since about 3 o'clock this morning, and this is the life. I know a lot of people want to own their own business. Um, tú quieres ser dueño de tu negocio, pero es difícil. It's very interesting. So I'm going to get ready, and I'm gonna end the stream around 6 o'clock, but I will be back. Just have your people, tell their people, give that Jubilee a try. And I think I can put it in the room. Let's see. Let me see if I can put this in the room. Nope. But I can put the website, www.jubilee.com. www.jubilee.com. Okay. Well, I am feeling, I'm feeling great. I'm going to see if I change this around. If that changes a little bit. Nope, doesn't change anything. Thank you guys so much. So now, with it being 6 o'clock, what I normally do is I'll take a small rest. And because I've been working, I'll take a little rest. Then I'll wake up again. Excuse me. This is just live. This is what happens, I'll wake up again, and I'll get to work. Because remember, the Dominican Republic starts work in about, it's 6 o'clock. Oh man, the streets will be full in 3 hours. So thank you so much. And Chris Melody, if you would have finished, I could have done this live, but I'm going to do another show. What time? 11, probably about 11, to come back and show you more about what it takes for the day. And then I'll do a show at 2 o'clock from my office. I've got installed some computers today, or some double monitors. I got installed, the dual monitor setup. And again, thank you all. 6 o'clock, I'm going to be out. Thank you, Chris Melody. And definitely, if you are you setting your system up right now, or were you waiting? Because if you were setting your system up, man, I'll have a lot of energy and I'll be ready to make it work. Send some money. And you'll be the only one on the wheel, I believe, because you're the only one on. You're the only one on. Let's see, where are we? Let me see, 225 valid. I don't know how this thing works on YouTube. They're telling me that I need a bunch of hours. How that works. 3,000. Jeez, the week. All right, so who knows? Gonna get out of here. Thank you, everybody. And I'll be back around 11. I'll be back. Take care. Oh no, wait, whoa. No, you don't, no. I was going to send you money on the app. Yo preparando de enviar dinero de aplicación porque yo quiero que tú mires cómo funciona. Mi español es mal, pero si tú entiende, es bien. Entonces, sí, completa tu perfil y si tú completas tu perfil, yo transferencia este dinero para tu cuenta y tú es mismo que esta mujer es, mira, momento, otra gente, momento, ¿dónde? Por ejemplo, ellos.
All right, with my friend Esmelda, we're picking up a Juby Cash. She's entering her cedula. She's entering her code.
Vale, ¿me código?
0.
047014.
She's entering the amount of money she's picking up. Enter. See.
Gracias. Jubilee, gracias. Gracias. Gracias.
And that was one of the winners. So we're looking to get some more winners. Now I did have someone say, well, wait a minute. Why didn't you show the entire video? We don't think that it's real. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, we don't think that it's real. I said, okay. So I had to do a video to show that the video that I showed, see, yes, and while she's completing, I'm going to do a video to show that I had to do a video to show people that the money that came out was real because they said, you didn't show the whole video. Okay, forgive me. As you can see, it is early in the morning. I've been working again since close to, shoot, I forget, 3 or something. But here's the video that just proves what I'm talking about right here.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
So I didn't have any money.
Right.
Okay. So I didn't have any money, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
That's right.
I'm going to use the Jubilee app, right?
Okay.
I don't have my money. I don't have anything. So you see the machine. I'm going to come to the machine.
Here's the smart machine, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to hit the button.
Check it out.
I'm going
Look
to
at this.
hit
cash.
So I haven't put anything in there.
Right. No card, inserted, nothing. Look at this.
I entered that. Now I'm going to enter the code that I have, which is this. And this is the code that the app gives me. And I'm going to hit that. And then now 518715. Okay. Okay, and now I'm going to hit I want 2,000 pesos. It says here enter to finalize it. I don't need that. And so again,
beautiful. Look at this.
I'm just saying.
No debit card needed. This is the new Jubilee app, ladies and gentlemen, on Apple and Google Play stores. The Jubilee with an I, Jubilee.
So, as you guys see, only app in the world that does that.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first.
So I said, okay, now what? I can verify my email. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I had to do. I had to show people, oh, you can't verify your email. ¿Por qué no? Dime, Chris Melly, ¿por qué no es posible verificar tu correo electrónico? I want to say that Kaku official has joined. Appreciate it. We're talking about business, especially the Jubilee app. That's the app that I am working with. And, it started out as just a concept, but now it is. I can see the code. I can see the code you can't see the code on your email. Es possible, dame un momento. Es possible que tu correo electrónico, it might be blocking the email. But I see you. I see you. Okay, I see you. So yeah, I see you. So now I'm going to send you this code again. Here we go. I see you. I just resent you the code and I have it right here. Hold on 1 second. I have it. Okay, here it is. All right, so you have it. You should be able to do that and just complete everything, and you should be good to go. So what we're looking to do now is, if possible, we want a sign up so that we can show how the app will work live in the night, in the evening, early morning, no importa. We're just waiting for one person to, let's see. And I do appreciate everyone for standing on. I've talked with people in probably a couple of different time zones. But again, we were talking about what it takes to run a business, and like a lot of this, you definitely don't work for yourself. You work for everybody. Oh, I saw a video where we had 227 subscribers and we wanted. Oh no! I'm gonna hang tight. I'm gonna hang tight. So if you want to use another email, can you privately message that to me? Because what I'll do is, so you don't have to re-register, I'll exchange that email with your email that you're using now, and then it'll switch over. Ay, Dios mío, tengo hambre, ¿verdad? Okay, well, it looks like we may do it a little bit later. I tell you what, I'm definitely going to be back at this thing at about 8 o'clock, not 11, because I've got to jump back in it and get to it. Thank you guys for watching. And again, I'm going to do a lot of these. Thank you so much. Tell your friends about us, and keep us in your prayers, and keep us uplifted, because this is, I'm saying, this is God's work. So, and I wouldn't say that lightly. So definitely, we look to work with you. Tell people, hey, if you're sending money, try this Jubilee app, and send them to the website. It's very easy. www.jubilee.com. Okay, we are out.